Okay, it's February 18th on the boardwalk in Atlantic City. We're in front of the Hard Rock Casino Hotel Resort. And this is the famous steel pier. So they have like amusement rides there. There's helicopter tours that leave from there. I did a separate video on that when it was a little nicer. Although today is a beautiful day. It's February 18th, I believe. Yeah, it's February 18th. And it's midweek. It's Wednesday. So kind of quiet. But I wanted to try to take a walk. Well, not try to take the walk, but see if they allow me to film again inside this arcade. So this used to be the Showboat. This one here that looks like kind of like a boat. Kind of like a boat. They turned it into an arcade. The whole ground floor with different activities. As well as water park. It's like an indoor-outdoor water park. So they could have it open year-round. The water park now is indoors. But it's pretty cool. It's like the tubes, the slides and stuff start indoor and then they kind of circle outside and then end up back inside. So, like I say, I want to attempt to go in there. I don't know how busy it is because certain schools in certain areas are off this week. For a couple of the different holidays, they closed. I know in New York, I think it's all week they're closed. So yeah, this is the famous boardwalk, Atlantic City Boardwalk. This is the ocean. This is the beach and the ocean. Let's see. We're gonna take a walk on this one. And there's still some remnants of snow here, but not much. We've been warming up the last couple of days. I think they're talking about a small snowstorm this weekend. So we're still not done yet. It's only February. So we might get hit again, but I don't think like the last one. Oh, there goes my plan. Let me try the next one and pass this. So I have those walking cars. There's also like a tram, kind of like a bus that goes up and down here. Stops at the different casinos. It kind of stops on demand. Okay, this one looks like it might be open. See how far we get. And then we'll go inside. So yeah, this is used to be a casino. It's one of the old, well, not terribly old, but it used to have like a bowling alley upstairs. Ever since it opened, it was geared more towards family activities, not strictly a casino. So they had a bowling alley. They had a couple of things for, more families, but now it's total like an indoor amusement park. So let's see if we get a glimpse at the ocean. It's been foggy. And I don't think there's going to be much of a sunset today. Did you go swimming? You didn't go swimming. So even here you could see the ocean creeped up again. Every year there's certain casinos in front of certain casinos the beach gets shorter. They replenish it and then the next year it happens again. So yeah, this is that pier I was talking about. This has like amusement rides and such. There's another pier down in front of Caesars. a different casino, and that's the one that had them all. So actually I have videos on both of the piers, this amusement pier and the one that's used to be a mall and is now a studio, like a recording studio and a movie studio. All right, let's see if I go in. I'm hoping it's not too many kids. I mean, that's what it's for. Who am I to say they shouldn't be kids? But I don't want to make anybody uncomfortable. So just take a walk around. So yeah, it used to be called the Showboat. Now it's called the Lucky Snake Casino. And when they first, like, it's gone through different iterations since they converted it to the arcade. At first it was just pinball machines, some really, really old pinball machines, like classic pinball machines. But now they have all different. It's actually pretty huge. It's the whole floor. So yeah, Lucky Snake. And the water park is called Island. Every time I come, I find something new here. I know they had like a small miniature golf. They had a couple of lanes of bowling, but like for kids, not real bowling. Laser tag. It's a lot of gum. They should have a thing. Guess how many gumballs there are in there. So a lot of claw machines. I was never a big gamer, so I don't know that much about games, especially the electronic ones. Ducks. Electric go-karts. So they're just pulling in. We're gonna walk around, so we'll come back. So part of the old hotel, you could rent but monthly. I don't know if you could buy them, but they converted some into like residence. Other ones you rent, like a hotel that you would rent out for how many ever nights you want to stay, and you could stay right here in the resort. I don't know if they started the next session yet. I didn't see any cars going around. Okay, we're back. I cut it because there was nothing really going on here. So is there only 3 cars? Let's see, we'll watch him go around once from this angle. Maybe I'll stop in the front again. Oh, somebody's stuck there? That's cool. I guess they stopped them all if somebody's having an issue. Like I said, a lot of schools I think are closed. So these might be younger kids because this is their first lap too, because they're usually flying around. These things go pretty quick, or they seem like they're quick. Watching them, I'm sure it's even quicker. Yeah, he must be able to shut them all down. Guess it's safety. So I'm behind like a glass. So if it doesn't look crystal clear, if it looks dirty, it's the glass, not my camera. Yeah, now they're starting to get it. A little bit. Alright, I'm gonna see if I get it from another angle. So this is the waterfront entrance. They have, I guess, cabanas, and there's a bar. But see that, like the blue tube, that actually starts and at one point you're outside. You're inside the tube, but you're outside of the building, and it kind of wraps around and ends up in a pool, I guess. I don't think I could see it from inside. All right, so I took a walk outside, opposite the, I would call it the back, maybe it's the front, but it's opposite the boardwalk entrance that I usually use. And the reason I did was I wanted to get a different angle of what I was trying to describe. So these are the tubes that you will be in, and you end up back inside. So you start inside, and I think there's, I don't think it's one, like you could take different paths, but you start off way up there, and you loop around, and I'm assuming, I've never seen inside, but I'm assuming you end up in a pool. I would hope so. I hope you end up in a pool. So yeah, it's a pretty gray day again, but it's not raining or snowing, and it's warm. I was actually sweating, especially as I got closer to the pool, because it's all like really heated there, and you smell the chlorine. You definitely could walk around in shorts. So yeah, besides here, let me see if I don't know if I'm blocking myself in this lot. I don't know if there's an exit, but we should be able to see it actually extends a little bit over the street, these tubes. And I don't know if you were going with a raft or a mat, or just, you know, they like wet you down. I don't know if there's like water flowing. But yeah, here's it. You're going back in the building here on these two lower ones. But even on the other side of this like glass atrium, you come out there too. So I'm not really into water parks, but this looks pretty massive to me. And it does, I know it does get crowded. So we'll go back in. This was the bowling that I was talking about. All right, so that wraps it up for the Lucky. Oh, I wanted to see if we could see the tubes, how they come out on the other side. But that's a steel pier. Even though it's not open, they leave that lit up year round. You know, that would be a cool shot, like in the middle of a snowstorm. Let me just walk to the end of this building, and then I'll shut it there. If I keep this part. That's why I like pre-recorded. There are no rules. Let me not get run over. And this area, they were doing like a outdoor gym. They had all like equipment and stuff. Oh, they covered it in grass now. This was all sand. Some dinosaurs. I wonder what they're gonna do here. Maybe a golf course? Well, we got a dinosaur down. Dinosaur down. And this wall wasn't here either, like it was just a fence. All right, anyway, let's see if I could get an angle. Otherwise, yeah, this is all new, this wall. Oh, there. So that's the slide from this side. I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's a different one. Or is it the same? Well, in any case, a different angle. I think it's a different one. I think this is a separate one. The other ones I don't think were as high. All right, so I think that's it for this part of the boardwalk. Thank you for joining me, and take care.